What up, fam? It's Lil Five back here in Web3 Studios, and we already into this Soliloquies and OKC story. If you've been rocking with us this long, then you know, or you just skipped ahead, because it's one of your favorite tracks, as it is mine. Maybe my favorite track on the whole album, either this one or the subsequent track. Regardless, you made it this far. Fade. We're gonna get into track 8, Fade, off of my new album with the producer Axel. Also including some audio engineering and production by RJC Productions and P Status Beats. And on this one, actually, they all produced. Most of the album. RJC producer engineered my audio, my vocals on about 7 of the tracks, and then P Status Beats, he has a production credit on this one along with Axel. So they all tore this thing up, production wise, mix master wise, and I jumped in and did my thing with the vocals, and I was super proud of it. So this is one of the ones, like, we recorded it and laid it down and everything. And it was just like, I had a feeling, I was like, man, this one's special. And so yeah, sure enough, it is. So, as we get into this episode, all right, if you haven't seen the other ones, check them out. We got them linked on, they're on Spotify podcasts, also YouTube video podcasts. All right, if you go on the Spotify, the audio only side, tap into the video side because we're looking at things. And, make sure to check out the link in the bio or description, depending on where this is at. Share it with a family or friend and run that album up, all right? With that being said, let's jump into this one, Fade. And as we've been doing, okay, we're going to look at the major arcana tarot trumps for this, number 8, okay. Once again, we're looking at the Marseille tarot deck, Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck, Kim Cran's Wild Unknown tarot deck, and Aleister Crowley's Thoth tarot deck, okay. And so let's look at this, starting from, once again, more so antiquity to modernity. See, I had to turn the light on. I started recording these in the morning, so you said close the blinds. It's got the light on now. We made it all the way tonight, so here we go. Bow, Justice, all right? Number 8, Justice. So we can see scales in a balance, a figure sitting there with the sword and the 2 scales, all right? So we got Justice. Now, if you watched the last one, there's a bit of controversy around this one with the Rider-Waite version versus other versions, all right? Rider-Waite version is called Strength, okay? So I'm going to discuss this briefly here. You see the lemniscate above the head of the what looks to be a female enchantress, taming a lion, okay? And so it's called Strength. Crowley and some others had issue with this. However, ultimately, for this podcast, I'm not going to get into that. You can look it up. It's well documented out there, Crowley and Rider-Waite-Smith's differences there and why they design these differently and why it's designed differently throughout decks, as a matter of fact. But this Rider-Waite-Smith is a little different, okay? Crowley famously called him a charlatan, there's all kinds of stuff, but it's not surprising. Anyway, no difference, right? It's still balance, still justice, right? The, being able to blend and surrender to, the animal forces in us requires a deep mastery and a balance, which is also known as strength, okay? So that's, there's really no difference there. Anyway, at least as far as I'm concerned. Moving into Rider-Waite, or rather the Crowley version, bow adjustment, okay? So similar to the Marseille, see a woman here balancing on a sword, all right? And we'll get into the interpretations of that in Mr. Ziegler's book here. And then bow, Kim Cran's. She's got these 2 beautiful cats, black and white. It's called Justice. So, more similarly named to the Marseille version, but also the Crowley version, Adjustment. And, once again, the Rider-Waite version is hung out to dry there is Strength. Okay, so a little funny. But regardless, let's jump into what, Mr. Gary Ziegler from Mirror to Soul, Tarot Mirror to Soul, handbook for the Aleister Crowley Tarot that we've been going through. See what they have to say about adjustment. So, once again, I like this because it's got like a description in here, right? And then it's got keywords, and it's also got indications, suggestions, and man, that is not zooming in. Indications, suggestions, and there we go. Affirmations. So, let's check this one out. Keywords: Libra, balance, centering, equilibrium, balancing of opposites. Okay, in Libra, astrological sign, we saw the scales, so that makes sense. This card portrays, and once again, the 8 and the lemniscate. Another thing we touched in this on the home episode with the magician and the lemniscate above the head, right? Also in a monster episode with Kim Cran's and or rather in the Chariot episode with Kim Kranz and the Chariot card, okay? And it had the some connections there. Anyway, that particular lemniscate, okay, it's also above the head of the magician in the Rider-Waite deck, okay? Remember in that episode we spoke about it being like 2 zeros, okay? Just 0 duplicated, 0 raised to the power of itself, or rather infinity, 0 twisted around itself, all right? That's how I like to see it. So, this card portrays, and 0, once again, the Fool, okay? So, keep that in mind. Some intuitive things I picked up in here, and what we're reading through this, it'll make sense. All right. So, the card portrays the sign of Libra as a fascinating picture of balance. A young woman, the feminine aspect of the Fool. Bam, there we go. Feminine aspect of the Fool. All right, so, ta-da. 08. There's also a formula, a magical formula, numerological formula. If you look at my X profile, I've got all of the mythology and stuff linked, and there's pictures. You can go read through it. Also in our virtual studio on Discord, okay? There's a magical formula that the number 0 is equivalent to the number 2 is equivalent to the number 8, okay? And so we're seeing this here, the connection between the 0 and the 8, according to Gary Ziegler. Young woman, the feminine aspect of the Fool, holds a great magic sword between her legs and balances on her toes. Looking carefully, you will see that she is actually balancing only on the tip of the sword. Only absolute concentration and stillness, which come from finding one's inner center, will allow this condition of equilibrium to take place. The slightest distracting thought will cause her to waver and destroy the balance she has found, the balance that is the nature of the universe. The predominant colors are blue and green. Blue is the color of spiritual and intellectual powers such as thinking, ideas, wisdom. Green is the color of creativity, the power to put ideas into action. The downward pointing sword lends a similar meaning. The powers of thought are directed toward and put into contact with the earth and serve her. See also the Ace of Swords. The woman's shoulders are covered by ostrich feathers associated with Ma'at, the Egyptian god of justice. Her face is masked. All her attention is turned inward. This makes her receptive to ideas and direction from the inner guide. My mom's name is Ma'at Ra. So, she bears on her head the crown of Thoth, the Egyptian god of wisdom. So, there we go. Once again, Thoth Tarot, the Fool's Journey. Hanging from the crown are large bowls of the cosmic scales, Alpha and Omega, with which the universe weighs all. This card is a summons to avoid all extremes in your daily life. This may refer to emotional disturbances in relationships or at work, in some creative activity, or in dealing with money. Total centeredness and inner balance are needed if the great new ideas arising now are to bear fruit. From a position of balance, everything develops in a balanced way, in its place, given its appropriate value. The storms of life throw us out of balance again and again. The constant change between being centered and uncentered is the process which teaches us to be more conscious from moment to moment, in order to retain that inner peace and clarity when we find it. So, here I like the affirmation. I'm just going to go into the affirmation. I am at rest in my own center. Okay. And so this track, trying to get into it, it's a big contradiction. There's opposites at play here. We'll get into it. And I wanted to have like a strong show of force, of strength, once again, also in reference to strength, and to be strong you have to be well adjusted. So the words play off of each other here, the concepts play off of each other along with the beats. So let's jump into it, have some fun. This is Fade off of OKC, produced by Axel, RJC Productions, P Status Beats.
Yeah, we back.
Till we fade. Yeah.
We fade. Yeah.
Lil Bob all the way.
Woo. Fade to fame, fade to blast, smoking Mary Jane. With the Web3 like it was a Spider-Man. Change the game.
Yeah.
On the block with a big old chain. Now I'm on the blockchain.
And I'm giving game. Fade to fame.
Fade to blast, smoking Mary Jane. With the Web3
Like it was a Spider-Man. Change the game. Gang.
With a big old chain.
Yeah.
Now I'm on the blockchain.
And I'm giving game. Fade to fame. Yeah, so fade to fame. Fade to blast, smoking Mary Jane. With the Web3 like it was a Spider-Man. Change the game. On the block with a big old chain. Now I'm on the blockchain and I'm giving game. Okay, so fade to fame. If you remember in track 1, which the magician, he has a lemniscate above his head as well. Right? I got it right here. Wow. But this is how you can find some of these connections intuitively. Just look at the cards and see what symbols repeat in different cards. But on that track, you know, if you go back to that video or listen to it, there is a line there. I'm old school, just want the money and fade to fame, fade to black up in the back, smoking that Mary Jane, right? So this is what that is, the fade to black up in the back, smoking the Mary Jane, all right? Or if you're playing the album backwards, then, you know, fade to black, track home, you get that. Both hard tracks. With the Web3 like it was the Spider-Man, you know, so connecting Mary Jane, of course, the tree, the cannabis to Mary Jane, Spider-Man's love interest, and I'm with the Web3, you know, blockchain, crypto shit, with the Web3 like it was the Spider-Man, change the game on the block with a big old chain. Hey, now I'm on the blockchain and I'm giving game, right? So, you know, I wanted to combine just the opposites, combine all the words together and make it stuff that, you know, you maybe would think go together. So let's keep going.
Give a fuck what the haters say. Let the music
Yeah,
bang
fuck 'em.
loud like it was Spider-Man. Change the game on the block with a big old chain.
Yeah,
Now I'm on the
blockchain and I'm giving game, fade to fame.
Give a fuck
What the haters say, fuck 'em.
Let the music
Bang
bang
loud like an 808.
808. Heartbreaks, can I get a break?
Throw that Oklahoma Kush on my rolling tray. Hey, 808, Heartbreaks, can I get a break? So the classic Kanye album, 808 and Heartbreaks, which inspired all the shit that's out now, all the Drake, all the shit that's out now. So 808, throwing a nod to that. And once again, 8, you know, twisting 808. Heartbreaks, can I get a break? Throw the Oklahoma Kush on my rolling tray. Yo, the strength card, when you're going through this, like in your strength year or whatever, which I did last year, there's a line in Who Are You in the Tarot. It's like strength is a courage, you know, to where you have to plumb the depths of your heart, and really it's the beating pulse of the heart that moves forward courageously step by step in the direction that it knows it's supposed to go despite the odds, right? So it's just, yeah, I wanted to go into that 808 heartbreaks, can I get a break, you know, going through the trials and tribulations, can I get a break? Throw that Oklahoma Kush on my rolling tray, you know, so let's go.
Hey, with the needle hidden all up in it.
Hey, all them red coins, I'm fucking winning.
Heartbreaks, can I get a break?
Go.
Throw the Oklahoma
Kush on my
rolling tray.
Bella, hey, with the needle hidden all up in it. All them red coins, I'm fucking winning, yeah. Bella, hey, with the needle hidden all up in it. You know, Oklahoma, stereotypical hay bales, cowboys. So Bella, hey, Oklahoma Kush, Bella, hey, with the needle hidden all up in it. The firearm, the ratchet, you know, with the needle. Also, anyway, with the needle hidden all up in it. And a stack of them red coins, I'm fucking winning. Your needle, also pen right. And a stack of them red coins, I'm fucking winning. So, you know, we started dropping stuff on the Avalanche blockchain. It's a red coin. It's actually a red triangle, pyramid, okay? And we got some pyramid lines in this too. So, and, you know, pyramid fire, it's like, yeah, a stack of them red coins, I'm fucking winning. Let's go. And now Avalanche is coming back into a bull run again. Not financial advice. Do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor. This is personal stuff. I can see, you know, Avalanche is coming back to a bull run. It's becoming very renowned now in this current phase of blockchain development we're in. So very appropriate for this track, okay?
Ever since I started writing rhythms, think I found my calling. Now it's time to phone my friends in, yeah. Thanking God my brothers see my vision. About to ball out harder than the Bulls of Scottie Pippen. How I'm NFT and all these writtens, reminiscing now that it was written, how it's feeling.
Yeah, so phone my friends in. You're thinking God my brothers see my vision. Got me NFT and all these writtens like I'm Scottie Pippen, about to ball out harder than the Bulls of Scottie Pippen. So this is just, you know, my story, going through how we started the company. If you've watched the previous videos, my friends, you know, shout out to my brothers, my friends, Young Barrett, Beats by Ray, Brett, getting the vision and willing to embark on this with me, and about to ball out harder than the Bulls when they got Scottie Pippen, you know, and then Scottie Pippen had the NFT drop earlier in the year, and so, you know, he did the shoes, so I'm NFTing all these writtens like I'm Scottie Pippen, you know, I'm NFTing all my writtens like I'm Scottie Pippen, so yeah, let's go. Also the Bulls, Scottie Pippen with the Bulls, Michael Jackson, the 23, and you know, the Bulls jacket kid. So Bulls jacket on the bus stop kid. Now I'm about to buy a lot by the bus stop kid. Also, yes, I had this Bulls jacket hat too. Wow, Jordan 23, boy. You already know what it is. Chicago Bulls, old school shit. Yeah. Fuck with me. Had the jacket and the hat. You know. Let's go.
Scottie Pippen, how I'm NFTing all these writtens, reminiscing now that it was written, how it's feeling, how I'm feeling. Slurry speech and very vivid visions, sprinkling the 100,000s on my mega.
So reminiscing of that it was written, how it's feeling. You know, shout out a nod to Nas, man, his legendary album, It Was Written. And it's like reminiscing of that it was written, like God ordained it, how this is feeling, like how these tracks came together, the lyrics, the rhyme schemes, the patterns, the spirituality, everything in it, the production, the beats, how was he able to make this? It's like reminiscing that it was written, like it was ordained or destined.
Millions, had my mama trying to hit the lotto. Never saw fruition while my pop did very vivid visions. Sprinkling 100,000s on my mega millions, mega millions.
Had my mama trying to hit the lotto. Never saw fruition while my papa hit the bottle, hit the bottle. Had the GS on type of hustle. Live the life of Pablo while I'm paying like Picasso, like Picasso. Picture perfect through the imperfections. Got me squaring all these circles like it was cubism. Alright, let me jump in there. How I'm feeling. Slurred speech and very vivid vision. So slurred speech and very vivid vision. So coming from track 7, the chariot smoked out, pulled up, about to stuff a couple grams in the blunt, right? So it's like slurred speech, very vivid visions. Me sprinkling the 100,000s on my mega millions. Had my mama trying to hit the lotto. My mama played the lotto religiously. I'm talking mega millions, Powerball every week, every day on the dot. She always had that dream. Never saw fruition while my papa hit the bottle. My papa dealt with a lot of with some substance issues and things, and stuff he was working on. So that was a part of my upbringing, and being a Vietnam War vet, and the PTSD and everything that came with that. Monsanto was dropping Agent Orange on him, and there's a lot of stories in there. But that was one of the ways that he coped with that. And so never saw fruition while my papa hit the bottle. Had a GS Heron type of household. Rest in power to both my parents as well. Beautiful people. I never wouldn't be here without them too. So I couldn't make this album without them and all those beautiful experiences. Hit the bottle. Had a GS Heron type of household. Lived the life of Pablo while I'm painting like Picasso, right? So growing up in that, G.S. Heron, Gil Scott Heron, he has that song called The Bottle, his famous song. See that black boy over there running scared, his old man in a bottle, right? So he's talking about those issues that have been going on for a long time in there. So I'm connecting that to that. I said, had that type of household, lived the life of Pablo while I'm painting like Picasso. Okay, so, I lived a life like, if you look at Pablo Picasso's life, had a very, what we would maybe consider to be troubled life, but he still painted, all these picture perfect pictures, and in this style he called cubism. So got me squaring all these circles like it was cubism, and once again squaring the circle. The God in the center of the square circle, right? Squaring the compass, and God in the middle there, my dad's ring. So just Masonic, esoteric ties, artistic ties, everything. Got me squaring all these circles like it was cubism. Pop culture ties, yes, Heron art, all the shit's in here. So once again, it's weaving everything into like a very, very nice picture.
Live a life of Pablo while I'm paying like Picasso, Picture perfect
through the imperfections, yeah.
Got me squaring all these circles like it was cubism,
monkey business.
Like them Yugo laughing,
boy, they niggas.
Spit the dookie dash and
Then I'm getting to the digits. Hey, monkey business like them Yugo laughing, bored ape niggas. Spit the dookie dash and then I'm getting to the digits. So Yuga Labs, they came out with, they're the ones that have the Bored Apes, the NFT project, the Bored Apes, right? The ape pictures, the monkey pictures, which, was all famous. They're selling for lots of money, right? And so they came out with a game called Dookie Dash. Like them Yuga Lab and Bored Ape niggas, right? So I'm saying like the Bored Apes. And spit the Dookie Dash and then I'm getting to the digits, right? So spit this and then I'm getting to the digits.
Arithmetic is getting real Euclidic, like Pythagoras when he had spit the dookie dash and then I'm getting to the digits.
Arithmetic is getting real Euclidic, like Pythagoras when he had paid Egypt a visit. Pyramid, woo, scheming like I was a politician. Hey, yeah, pyramidic. Damn, get to the digits. Arithmetic is getting real Euclidic, like Pythagoras when he had paid Egypt a visit. So Pythagoras. Very renowned Greek philosopher, doctor, musician, a lot of things, polymath. And he came up with his own theology of arithmetic, actually. There's a very good book here which goes into quite a bit of that, and numerological associations from the first 10 numbers as well by Mr. Robin Waterfield. And you can read more in there about that. But Pythagoras went and studied in Egypt, and with the Egyptian cultures at that time, and he brought a lot of that knowledge back with him to Greece, and in his writings and his philosophies and things. So Euclidean geometry and stuff it all comes from that. He studied from there, got the knowledge that they had got it from antiquity. So it's not something that is likely to be openly discussed, depending on who's writing the history or who's teaching the history. But the Greeks learned from the Egyptians, of course, and the Africans. This should be open knowledge by now. And so like Pythagoras when he had paid Egypt a visit, pyramidic. Yeah,
Politicking like I'm rich and isn't.
Come on, hold on.
And then I'm getting to the digits. Arithmetic is getting real Euclidic. Like Pythagoras when he
He had paid Egypt to visit Pyramidic. Scheming like I was a politician. Hey, got me really politicking like I'm Richard Nixon. Got my gate and water all my flowers. Screaming alhamdulillah while praising all my higher powers. Woo! Pyramidic got me scheming like I was a politician. Got me really politicking like I'm Richard Nixon. So my previous job, I worked with as like a government contractor, right? So it's kind of a reference to that. Also pyramidic, we talking about avalanche, spout, the red coin, pyramidic, also Egypt, right? Tying to there. Pythagoras and he paid Egypt to visit. Pyramidic, scheming like I was a politician. Got me really politicking like I'm Richard Nixon. Okay. So really politicking like Richard Nixon. So Richard Nixon, he is known for a politics style called real politics, right? So it's got me really politicking out here. Pyramid scheming like I was a politician, got me really politicking like I'm Richard Nixon. Also, connecting, networking with people in Web3. There's a bit of like and this is a bit of like an ironic cast on this. There's like the whole Web3, there's like you're shilling your art, you're fake, being fake network and stuff. So I want to throw that in here, it's pyramidic, scheming like I was a politician, got me really politicking like I'm Richard Nixon.
Got me blessed for a bigger purpose. Guarantee you taking like I'm rich and isn't. Got my gate and water, all my flowers. Screaming alhamdulillah while praising all my higher powers.
So Richard Nixon, Watergate scandal, of course. So guard my gate, also my gate, and water all my flowers. Flowers have been referenced to all the cars. So spiritual gates. Yeah.
Got me blessed for a bigger purpose. And water all my flowers. Screaming alhamdulillah while praising all my higher powers. Got me blessed for a bigger purpose.
So scream alhamdulillah while praising all my higher powers. Being raised Muslim, and I no longer would consider myself that in some regards. But being raised that way, alhamdulillah is like the phrase of is one of the phrases of praise, and God's the greatest, giving thanks and all of that. So scream alhamdulillah while praising all my higher powers. All the powers come from God, and that's just what that is. So.
To you there is more than water on my flowers. Screaming alhamdulillah while praising all my higher powers. Got me blessed for a bigger purpose. Guarantee you there is more than what is on the surface. Looking calm and really cool collected. But underneath the fucking
monster and a fucking menace. So got me blessed for a bigger purpose. Like God give me his blessings for a bigger purpose. On the surface of the album, on the surface looking calm and really cool collected. But underneath a fucking monster and a fucking menace, you know what I'm saying? So it's like in the album we have track 4 is menace and track 5 is monster. So it's like on the surface of the album it looks really cool, calm and collected, and underneath the fucking monster and a fucking menace with all the bars and all the raps and shit. So we fading that, we tying that in there as well. Let's go.
Minutes. Yeah, you know the boy a fucking problem. What you get when you miss
the hood with the college, hey.
With the college, yeah, it cost me
$40,000. Was a party in the USA like Miley Cyrus, hey. Right, roll it up. Yeah, went to college, yeah, it cost me $40,000. Was a party in the USA like Miley Cyrus, right? It really did. It did cost me $40,000. Was a party in the USA like Miley Cyrus, okay? So that was like, to reference like almost how much of a joke it was, right? Because now, as you see, like a lot of people graduate with degrees and it's like can't find jobs. They got student loan debt, and probably most of the shit they did there was probably party and have fun and shit. So I wanted to throw a jab in there about that. Also, I spoke about in previous videos when I jumped into this Web3 journey and investing and stuff like that. It was about around a similar value in there. So it was like, once again, it's another synchronicity for me of like putting myself through school, learning the Web3 shit these past few years, and just me doing just investing and taking a risk and diving in, investing in myself. And it was a party in the USA like Miley Cyrus. It's been a lot of work. It's also been a lot of DJ and fun. So yeah, I want to tie that in there together.
It's my niggas with the D on all up in the cut. In the cut, make a movie, yeah, we shooting stunts. Like Jackie Chan, my niggas with the D on all. Miley Cyrus, my papyrus, right, and roll it up.
Yeah.
Catch my niggas with the D on all up in the cut.
Yeah.
In the cut, make a movie, yeah, we shooting stunts.
Yeah.
Like Jackie Chan, I do my own,
I'm very clutch. Miley Cyrus, my papyrus, right, and roll it up. Catch my niggas with the D on all up in the cut. In the cut, make a movie, yeah, we shooting stunts. Like Jackie Chan, I do my own, I'm very clutch, right? Miley Cyrus, my papyrus, right, and roll it up, right? So white girl, white paper, Miley Cyrus, so I want my paper white, right, and roll it up. So, I'm writing my bars and then also roll it up, twisting up the trees. My last stars, my pirates, right, and roll it up. Catch my niggas with the gi on all up in the cut. So in the gi, once again, training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Me and my homies in the gi. When you're training, we call it rolling. Catch my homies with the gi on all up in the cut. Make a movie. Yeah, let me run it back.
Make a movie, yeah, we shoot stunts. Pirates, right, and roll it up. Catch my niggas with the D on all up in the cut,
yeah.
In the cut, make a movie,
yeah, we shoot stunts. Like Jackie Chan, I do my own, I'm very clutch. Woo! James Harden, how I'm putting up. Yeah, make a movie, yeah, we shooting stunts. Like Jackie Chan, do my own, I'm very clutch, right? So Jackie Chan, man, legend, grew up watching his shit as a kid, and he did all his stunts. That was his thing. He did all his stunts. And he also put bloopers at the end of his movies. That's fucking dope. He wasn't too afraid to poke fun at himself and show the imperfections that led to the process of like the perfect movie. Like that was always something that I associate with Jackie Chan and his movies, was like he always put the bloopers in the shit, which I thought was cool. It added like something funny and relatable and personal at the end instead of just him whipping ass the whole movie, right? So I want to throw that in there too.
All these numbers while my beard is getting long as fuck. Thunder up, thunder alley, and we got it booming. Very clutch like James Harden, now I'm putting up.
Yeah.
All these numbers while my beard is getting long as fuck.
Yeah.
Thunder up, thunder alley, and we got it booming. From the city of the
Merle bombing and the shootings. Woo! Yeah, very clutch like James Harden, how I'm putting up. All these numbers while my beard is getting long as fuck. So James Harden, now OKC Thunder. OKC Thunder, yeah, I got the shirt on. We even have a team, man, till maybe 2012, few years before that. I don't know. It was we didn't have a team for a long time. And then the first team we had here, we had Harden, Durant, and Westbrook, man, fucking beasts. And we was a good young team, man, that got us to the finals. And so James Harden was seen as like that sixth man. He was always clutch, hitting crazy fucking 3-point shots and shit and all kind of shit. And he had a long beard, so very clutch like James Harden while I'm putting up these streaming numbers. While my beard is getting long as fuck. Thunder Up, Thunder Alley, so that's our thing, Thunder Up. And Thunder Alley was a place that they had outside the arena, and they used to have the games there outside. They would like broadcast them on the screen and stuff, and if you couldn't pay to get in the game, you was like Oklahoma, man, you just show up in the wherever this lot was, and it's fucking Thunder Alley. Of course, somebody shot it up, and they ended up shutting the shit down. So, Thunder Up, Thunder Alley, yeah, we got it booming, So, from the city of the Merle bombing and them shooting. So, Thunder booming. Once again, Split Mountain in Gaeta, right? So, Thunder booming. It's like a reference here to OKC, how it ended up here with Thunder. Thunder Up, Thunder Alley, yeah, we got it booming. From the city of the Merle bombing and them shootings, right here in Oklahoma City at the Alfred P. Murrah building. We had, I think it still is to this date, the worst domestic terrorist attack in history at the Alfred P. Murrah building. The official story is that two individuals, Timothy McVeigh and Terry Nichols, drove this bus with fertilizer bombs into the building and blew up. There is a lot of controversy around that, and there's been a lot of contrary evidence to suggest that something there's more to the story. If you're interested in that, I found a really great documentary called A Noble Lie, I believe, and that's also linked on my X profile and in our studio, virtual studio, and it goes way more in depth into that story. But the story we were told is, that's what happened. And I remember vividly, actually that day, we were living off of, I believe it was 30th and Classen at the time in the Asian district. And man, when that happened, it was like an earthquake. Like you could feel like it shook the whole. We were in a 4-flat apartment building, and it shook the whole building. That we immediately turned the TV on. You see the smoke. That's why I was like, when they were describing the truck bomb, and I watched this other documentary with like a lot of scientists and engineers and stuff on it, and they were saying like the impact and the way the building came down and like how far the shockwave was felt away. They were suggesting it was another type of explosive and that there was some sort of a cover up in there. Who knows? Check out the documentary, determine for yourself. And, but yeah, tragic day regardless. Rest in power to everybody who lost their lives during that. And everybody's been affected by it. But that's part of our history here in Oklahoma. Like Thunder Up, Thunder Alley. Yeah, we got it booming. We kind of rowdy. We got open carry, all kind of shit, man. So it's just part of it.
And them shooters got that open carry, very scary.
Yeah.
Rather get the cheese and fade the beef.
I'm with the dairy.
Double dare me and I might just pull a double tundra. Go for the conquer my tantra. I'm raising up my chakras.
All right, so and the shootings got that open carry, very scary. Rather get the cheese and fade the beef. I'm with the dairy. Double dare me and I might just pull a double tundra. Go forth and conquer my tantra. I'm raising up my chakras. Okay, so we got open carry here and the shooting. Like man, I'd rather get the beef. I'd rather get the cheese and golly. I'm so dense in this. Let me run it back.
With the dairy, double dare me and got it booming. From the city of the Merle,
Bombing and them shootings,
and them shootings got that open carry, very scary. Rather get the cheese and fade the beef, I'm with the dairy.
Yeah, I'd rather get the cheese and fade the beef. I'm with the dairy. So once again, I'm saying rather get the cheese, rather get the money, fade the beef, right? Fade the beef. And like hip hop is like, you got beef with someone, like you add them, you know, it's like my people's against your people's. And it's like, nah, I'd rather fade all that shit. Let's get to this money. Let's build. And, you know, let's keep going.
Me and I might just pull a double tundra. I'm with the dairy. Double dare me and I might just pull a double tundra.
So double dare me and I might just pull a double entendre. So once again, double entendre, double meaning. If you double dare me though, right? And you know, once again, we have to defend ourselves and it's like violent attacks. And double dare me, I might just pull a double entendre. So say I fade the beef, I'm with the dairy, might just pull out one of them. Okay, see things.
For the conquer my tantra, I'm raising up my chakras. On my chakras, I'm bonkers, I'm really animated. Elevated and carry, very scary. Rather get the cheese and fade the beef, I'm with the dairy. Double dare me and I might just pull a double
entendre.
Go for the conquer my
Tantra, I'm raising up my chakras.
On my chakras, I'm bonkers, I'm really animated.
So go forth and conquer my tantra. I'm raising up my chakras. On my chakras, I'm bonkers. I'm really animated. Woo! So go forth and conquer my tantra. Tantra is like a song, right? Then so get the cheese and fade the beef. I'm with the dairy. Go forth and conquer my tantra. I'm raising up my chakras. Once again, the Kundalini raising up the chakras. So like we're starting to tie into like Hindu meanings of like, you know, the cow is sacred and beef and dairy, right? And the dairy might pull out that one tantra. Go forth and conquer my tantra. I'm raising up my chakras. So go forth and conquer my tantra. That's like the you know, that's the song of Horus, the Age of Horus, or Haru, right? It's the magical expansion. So go forth and conquering, and the crown and conquering child. And it's my song, it's my tantra. I'm raising up my chakras. On my chakras, I'm bonkers. I'm really animated. Bonkers, the animated series, that Disney show. So you know, when I'm raising my chakras, I get really animated. You can see I got all the shit on. So you know, yeah.
Elevated, I'm writing classes while they debating.
Elevated.
Keep debating, they masturbating, I'm procreating. Got me painting these vivid pictures like procreating.
Hella faded, I'm writing classes while they debated. Keep debating, they masturbating, I'm procreating. Got me painting these vivid pictures like procreating. So that was me saying, man, I'm writing all these, what I consider to be hard-ass classic tracks. And meanwhile, you know, people probably looking at them, debating on them, critiquing them, what the fuck ever. I don't care, man. I'm keep doing this shit. They, you know, so masturbating, it's like they looking at something I created and creating more stuff off of it, right? I'm the one that's procreating. So a little flex, a little braggadocio in there. Fuck the haters.
I was raised on the jazz and the blues and muddy waters.
Yeah.
Muddy waters, our dirt is running from all the slaughter.
Yeah.
No gang and no cages, trail of tears and a lot of trauma.
Yeah.
And now I start to record, it's like it was nothing harder.
Woo! So I was raised on the jazz and the blues and muddy waters. Muddy waters, our dirt is redder from all the slaughter. No gang and no cages, trail of tears and a lot of trauma. And now I slaughter recordings like it was nothing harder. So I was raised on the jazz and the blues. If you know, if you listen to previous episodes, or Simmer Down, LLC, they did a Deep Notes, episode 36, it's out here on the podcast. I was raised on jazz and blues. That's what was played around the house. My parents had all those records and stuff. I was listening to NPR, late night jazz with my dad, you know, blues, B.B. King, all kind of shit, man. So that's how I was raised here in Oklahoma. I was raised on the jazz and the blues and muddy waters. We got a bunch of man-made lakes here. It's all fucking muddy waters. You know, and also, you know, muddy waters is coming up from that part of life, coming up from the mud, man, the struggle. I was raised on the jazz and the blues and muddy waters. Muddy waters, our dirt is redder from all the trauma. So in, muddy waters, our dirt is redder from all the slaughter. So muddy waters, our dirt is redder from all the slaughter. No gang and no cage, just trail of tears and a lot of trauma. So we got red dirt here, red clay. No gang and no cage, just trail of tears and a lot of trauma. Okay, so trail of tears. You know, a lot of the Native American tribes, when they were relocated during the Indian War, they were forcibly relocated here or essentially sent here to die or killed here. And so, you know, this was a large part of the Trail of Tears here in Oklahoma. And so, once again, talking about the formula of the dying God and, you know, blood going into the earth. And we have red dirt here. You know, I don't think it's any coincidence. Also, Muddy Waters by Redman. There's another little synchronicity in there. I didn't quite connect at the time. But yeah, that's also a Redman album. I was raised on the jazz and blues and Muddy Waters by Redman. So no gang and no cage, just Trail of Tears and a lot of trauma. You know, I wasn't in no gang. We had some gangs here, you know, but it's probably not what you would think of when you think of like big gangs, I guess, like in Oklahoma. So there's really no gang here, just Trail of Tears and a lot of trauma. Like, you know, this is a land where the Indians were slaughtered at largely, and a lot of people forcible relocations. We also had the Black Wall Street Massacre here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where, you know, mobs of mobs of people at that time, and white people at that time. They massacred and destroyed a whole historically rich neighborhood in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We had the richest black neighborhood here called Black Wall Street, and they literally sent planes and firebombed it and destroyed the whole thing. There was, accusations about black man whistling at a white woman or something. And, later came out that none of this stuff happened. And they literally massacred the black. So we have a lot of trauma here in Oklahoma, a lot of laws and stuff that still kind of relate to that and just mindsets, and things. So I just want to say, no gang and okay, just Trail of Tears and a lot of trauma. And I watched a lot of recordings like it was nothing harder. So that's my revenge. All the trauma and shit, trauma in my life. So now I put it into this music. I transmute it into this fire ass track. So rest in power, rest in peace, man, to everybody who lost their life to the bullshit, and just us getting better as humans and learning our place in the universe. So. And now I saw the recordings like it was nothing harder. Woo! Yeah, hey, and now I saw the recordings like it was nothing harder. Say, yeah, that's Fade, fam. Probably my favorite tracks of OKC. One of the most technically proficient ones, I feel like. So appreciate y'all rocking me. This is Soliloquies and OKC podcast. We just got through track 8, Fade. We coming to the end of the album now. And man, run this up. Appreciate the support. Make sure to share it. Link in bio, link in description. Shout out to the guys. Produced by Axel, RDC producer, P Status Beats for killing this whole thing, man. Lil Vibe out. Next time we gonna get on track 9, South.